Good day everyone, this is Jebro and this is a Ranger build, focused mainly on Beast Mastery, also the Wilderness Survival Trait Tree. We are going to have a look at some conditions, also using the pets to help us out as well. Now, Ranger is one of my weaker classes, so I know a lot of people are playing Power Ranger builds, not many people playing a lot of condition builds, I'm not too sure, but Rangers are feeling a little bit out of the meta at the moment, so I'm trying to, well, I don't know what I'm trying to do. Basically, I'm just made a build that I can 1v1 most people in at the moment. And I've had no trouble with, like Cambo Warriors, for example. I seem to be doing pretty damn well against them. I seem to be doing pretty well against engineers and other people as well. So I'm going to go through this build. I'm going to explain it. Really leave feedback in below. There's different variations you could use. You could use different traits, you can use different sigils, you can use different pets, but this is the way I play this build. This is just a build that I've been playing with and it's fun. I enjoy it. I play solo queue with it. I don't play this as one of my main classes because I'm not the best with Ranger, and also I feel there are stronger classes and builds. But if you're a Ranger looking for a build and you want to try something good and fun and new, then try this build. Give me a shout, tell me what you think. So we're going to go through it. So like I said, I'm going to call it Beastmastery. Beastmastery? Like Beastman from He-Man or something like that. So skirmishing, right. These traits kind of relate to each other in different places. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go over the weapons. So this is a short bow. That's the little, you know, the skin. Looks like a little, I don't know, slingshot. It's quite cool. It's actually... Look how good it is. Okay, anyway, sorry. Just as my spider starts attacking, look at the poison. Whoa, that's a lot of poison. Right, so, Sigil of Energy, obviously, to get some more dodge for us. Sigil of Doom. So, with my next attack with that weapon, after the swap, will inflict 6 seconds of poison. Of course, very, very awesome. Sword and Torch are going to be using Sigil of Energy. I want to have as much vigor as I can to gain some extra stuff from the traits, which I'm going to show you in a bit. Sigil of Smouldering. Now, this increases my inflicted burning duration, and there is a very good reason for this. I am using the Rune of Balthazar, which basically means I want to keep my opponents, well, I just want to keep my opponents burning, to be honest, because I just like burning. Plus 20% burning duration on there as well, plus another 10% burning duration, loads of burn. So I'm always going to be burning my opponents. I really do like that. Now, you really could use Flame Legion runes. Obviously you can by increasing your damage on burning foes. I've tried that as well. There's loads of different runes you could use. You could use condition damage, you can just use burning, you can use forge runes as well for that extra burn duration. I just like burning people. Probably not a good point to mention that. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to move on. So I've gone for the Settler's Amulet. Now, healing power is going to be very good and useful in this build to keep me, especially, and my pet alive, because my pets are doing quite a lot of damage. The regen on that, obviously, is also good, and the condition removal, which is why I've selected the healing spring, because obviously condition removal is quite difficult, especially with Rangers, I feel, at the moment. So you could opt for going for the bear to remove the conditions, but I've actually opted for the forest spider, and I keep forgetting what it's called. It's the juvenile lynx, that's it. Reason being, I will describe in a moment, which will be now. Basically, I do like putting down a flame field and then using my pet to actually jump through that. He'll get the flame shield, which will also give him might if anyone strikes him, which is likely in an AoE fight. He's likely to get quite a lot of might and actually get a lot of damage as well. So he's quite good for that. I do like him. He's a good man. He's also inflicting the bleeds as well, which is also very good. And also my other dude is inflicting poison. Now, poison is very, very, very good. As you can see there, minus 33% heal effectiveness, which is always nice, putting on bodies, people that are trying to res, anything that's just, you know, anyone that's trying to heal, it's just a good condition to have. Poison is lovely. I love it. That's why I've got the Doom Sigil as well. And a lot of engineers run Doom Sigils. Don't see many that don't run it now. A lot of builds are running it, even if they're not running condition damage. It's crazy. Because it's very powerful and people have started to really realise that now. Utilities I'm going for, so protect me, is instead of attacking, your pet will protect you by absorbing all the damage that you take. Now it's very good, it also breaks stun as well, but it does mean if you're on a point you cannot cap it, because you're in a sense you're kind of invulnerable, so you can't take a cap point while you're invulnerable in that state, which is fine and fair enough. So flame trap, again some more burning there, always applying as much burn as I possibly can to get a load more kind of ticks, just, you know, dots, putting on dots essentially onto my enemies, which is really, really good. And I use that a lot when it's activated. I'll use that in conjunction with the sword 2 ability, which means I will leap through the fire on when I activate it from, so you back out and then activate again, of course, with the trap being there. I will gain that. I'll show that again, sorry, I can actually put it down this time. So I'll put that down, use 2 to back out, then use 2 to charge back through, and then I will get the fire shield. Of course, there you can pause that to read the full description if you also like. So also, I'll be doing a lot of healing. Toughness is good as well, so survivability and getting extra condition damage. This is very much a condition based build, guys, so it's not really based off power or anything else like that. So we're going to go into the traits, and the first trait we're going to go for, minor trait in the skirmishing tree, will be Tailwind, which is gained swiftness when swapping weapons in combat. Now that's swiftness for 5 seconds, so if you need to get out of the point quick to either recover, or you also need to get out of the point quick to try and support somewhere else, this is where we're getting our swiftness from. Also, you can of course get the swiftness from the number 3 skill, which is called quick shot on the short bow. You see, that's why I'm using the short bow as well. I'm using it a lot for quick shot and also for that AoE kind of poison volley there, and also the concussion shot. It's got a lot of CC. You could use an axe, you could use different, you know, more melee weapons here, but to be honest, I really feel quite squishy sometimes at points. So I really like the fact that you can use short bow in this build, and it's still pretty good damage. So going on to the next trait, which is primal reflexes. You gain vigor when you are struck by a critical hit, which is fully likely at the moment because of people using power builds, and a lot of bursty classes as well seem to be out there. So especially in solo queues, which is where I'm using this. Everyone loves solo queue, and they just kind of jump in, zerk around. They don't really care because they're just on their own. So that's really good actually for solo queues, especially low cooldown, 15 seconds. Pretty sweet. Okay, so wilderness survival. Natural vigor, so it increases endurance regeneration. You know, dodge is good, and I'll show you again in a minute why that is. Shared anguish, incoming disabling conditions. So stun days, knockback, pull, knockback, sink, float, fear, or launch are transferred to your pet instead. So those things are really good to have transferred to my pet. The problem is it's quite a high cooldown, but if it's a stun or something like that, or a knockback, it will be quite a long cooldown for them to get back off anyway. So even though it's 90 seconds, I still do like that trait to have that basically. Okay, so this is where the dodge is coming in. It's really nice. Only two seconds protection, but if you've got 2 dodges, then that's going to stack to 4. It is only when you're in combat, of course. So when you dodge in combat, we get protection, and also I gain a lot of dodge from the energy sigils. Also, of course, from when I get crit, I do gain some vigor there. So that's very, very good and important. So Oak Heart Salve, sorry. Gain regeneration when you suffer from bleeding, poison, or burning. So because I've got low condition removal in this build, especially because I'm not using the bear as well to remove conditions, I do have that heal, of course, to remove conditions, and I do have the trait to remove conditions to my pet as well, but of course it is not always enough. So as those conditions pile up, I'm going to need some way of mitigating those conditions and the dots that are on me. The one way to do that is to gain regeneration when you suffer from bleeding, poison, or burning, and the regeneration is 5 seconds and the cooldown is 15 seconds. So I'm normally healing myself quite a lot, especially with the healing stat that I've got. I'm healing myself through different forms. So it does work out quite well. I do mitigate quite a lot of the condition tick just from the actual regeneration that I pick up here and there. Okay, so peak strength. Deal extra damage while your health is above the threshold. Your health's above 90%, you do 10% more damage. That's it. Empathic bond. So pets periodically take conditions from you. So 3 conditions every 10 seconds is not bad, really. I mean, you know, I need condition removal. That's pretty much why I've got it. There is no other reason. So, right, instinctual bond. You know, you gain pet gains quickness. Fair enough. I mean, they can do a lot more DPS, especially if someone is really, really low health and you've just gone in a down fight. That pet will be saving your life, because also then he will be killing that guy when he's down. So 1 or 2 seconds to get him down, 3 seconds then when he's down as well with damage on him. Then also when he's down and you're down, by the time that's happened, you've probably got the cooldown to get your pets to come over to heal you. You've got more health than your enemy, and you're going to get up and you're going to down him. So that can really, really help in a down fight, actually. It's pretty good. Reduces recharge on shouts by 20%. I've got Protect Me, and I do have Sick 'em. So Protect Me does protect you from all damage for 6 seconds, makes you pretty much invulnerable. And of course, Sick 'em is going to mean that your pet does 40% more damage and 40% more movement speed. So you can move him onto different targets, putting up a lot of damage as well. Of course, can't be stealthed while that ability is active as well. So where were we? Okay, Loud Whistle reduces recharge on pet swapping. I'll show you another reason why that's quite good in a minute as well. Vigorous training. So pets grant vigor to nearby allies when activated. Really good. The more vigor, of course, more endurance I have to dodge, to gain protection, to gain survivability, and you know, pretty much explains it really. Gain power based on your healing. So healing power converted to power is 10%. So my healing stat is going to be giving me some power stat as well. As you can see, my power is at 1k, which isn't too bad really, since I haven't really got any power coming into this build. So it's pretty nice. I mean, the stats are pretty good. And my ferocity, and of course, don't really need crit at all. It's all condition damage based. My condition damage is at 1.1k. Healing is at just under 1k as well. So I'm pulling off a lot of heal. It's a really, really fun build, this. I really enjoy it just because of the different things you have to think about. So final trait is going to be Zephyr's Speed. Now, you and your pet gain quickness when you swap pets, which is bloody awesome, I tell you. When you can combine, you can get some really nice bursty damage off. I might be able to show you as long as no one's on these mobs. But combining Rampage as one with Sick 'em, and then also using the poison first with the pet, I'm going to try and pull off a combo here that I've been working on, and it's probably not going to work, but we shall see. Just going to switch weapons. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use the 5 on the torch. Sorry, I'm going to use Hornet Sting to come back in to get that flame shield. Obviously, the mob isn't going to hit me because you know, they're just practice golems, and that guy's of course going to ruin my day. But basically, it's a nice combo, and really that's just rude. So I'm just going to tell this guy to go away. My golem. But so the combo that I would normally do is I come into a mob or whatever. I normally use, well, obviously another player or a boss, I guess, in World v World or PVE or whatever. I'll normally stack probably Rampage as 1 and Sick 'em. I'll put down the burning bonfire probably first, just so I don't waste all the damage there as well. Even maybe sticking down Flame Trap as well, and then using Hornet Sting to get back into that, getting the shield. Also then using Serpent Strike, and also at the same time using Deadly Venom. I'll switch over, hopefully by that time the target's almost dead, and get the down. But of course this target isn't going to go down, but we can just have a quick look. So I'm going to use Sick 'em. Going to put that on the floor. Keeping the burning up as well. It's actually not as good as it normally is, but I kind of screwed up the combo there. But you get the kind of idea of the amount of damage that came off and the boons I had as well. I'm just a fail at combos with Ranger at the moment. I'm still practicing, trying to see which is the best one, because sometimes, you know, the ticks are just higher than, they're just higher. So I'm just, another one I guess I could do is that. seem to work a little bit better. You know, it's the thing is, it's practicing against golems is just, yeah, it's like I can do loads of nice DPS, but I've got not really got anyone to worry about them in this situation. This is a very situational build. This is what I'll say about this build. It is very situational. I mean, gaining that quickness when I swap pets is so important because you can down someone before they've even recognized. So imagine you've got a portal. I've got like a portal for myself every, you know, however many seconds it is for that pet to switch in combat. So let's see, you know, 15 seconds. Every 15 seconds I've got 4 seconds of quickness, which is just, you know, it's really good, especially if you're trying to get that damage down targets really quickly. It's really good. Sorry, that was a fail combo. I'm just kind of playing as I'm talking as well. Sometimes it helps to me to explain. But yeah, this is the build. I mean, play it how you will. I mean, insult it. Say, give me some feedback. Tell me how you think it can be improved. Give it a try first, at the very least, before complaining about it, basically. But give it a try. See how it is. It's quite tricky to play sometimes. I'm not the best ranger in the world, like I said. So yeah, thank you everyone. I'm just going to do one more combo, see how this goes. Just with the short bow, see if you can see how much damage is coming off there as well. See, the poison is nice. Just seeing how much poison stacked up there. Look, 32 seconds. Just awesome. Love it. Okay, sorry. I really do. I just love the fact that with the sword as well, I feel quite mobile, and then with the combination of the short bow, you know, you can use the free skill to jump backwards, switch out, then jump backwards even more, jump back in, go around your target. You know, there's a lot of maneuverability with this build, and it's really fun to play once you can kind of get your head around the different combinations. So guys, I'm going to go before my voice disappears completely. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like. Also, don't forget to join me on Twitter @JebDan. And I will see you very soon. Cheers all.